Guys, it's time, once again, let's check it out. Bye. What we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and do another Earth-like drop pod. I am going to basically shoot through the initial landing until we get our first power processing, our wind turbine up and running. And then we're going to carry on from there, okay? We're going to really quickly, let's make this more sorted. Right, coming down to a landing. Let's hope this is a good one. Now, we are playing on the Xbox, so guys, hopefully we'll have a nice landing this time. Nice flat terrain. That's quite good. That's quite good. We're going to speed through this first initial part. If you haven't seen the first initial landing from the previous video that wouldn't load, what a beautiful landing. Right, boom, here I am. Okay, we've made a touchdown. Okay, not such a beautiful landing. 2 seconds a minute, guys. I'm going to need to change the volume. Oh, that's a bit better. Whew, we can hear each other now. Anyway, as I was saying. Yeah, so we had a bit of an issue last time with the previous load. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to shoot through the first. Now, we will quickly touch base on what we covered last time. I'm happy to say that we have landed really close to a mountain, which is quite nice. That would be even better for harvesting. And if you remember, we will go through these things again just to reinforce what we spoke about in the last episode. Right, so let's crack on. As we know, the first layer of topsoil is going to be crap response. It's going to be under 100. And basically we want to go for rock. So since rock is right here, I think what we're going to need to do is just quickly check our little... Alright, what I'm going to do real quick, just something. Now you see how I'm kind of awkwardly sat here? What I'm going to do something is real interesting here. I'll just quickly switch into my camera view. Okay, so this is our pod. We've got 3 bars on the green to say we've got a relatively decent amount of power. Our little thrusters. Now I'm going to go into here. Left and right bumper, start button. Brings up this menu. Now, I'm going to go over to the landing gear. And I'm going to put unlock. And I'll only unlock briefly before it locks again. That nothing. So, try again. I've opened up using the I button. Landing gear. Unlock. Nope. Unlock. Nope. Unlock. There you go. Do you see it just drop back down? Alright, so now I've got 4 nice joint locks. Anyway, let us crack on. First thing we need to do, start getting some resources. And just be aware, guys, when I start getting the resources from previous episode, we have found out that the volume of the drill is ridiculous. So when I start drilling, I'm not going to talk until the finish of the drilling is complete. So, we have a drill. And that's what I mean by loud. We have the grinder. And we have the welder. Those are our 3 main tools. Right. Mountains on that side. And mountains on that side. Right. So like I said, I will be not talking during the drilling effect. So I'm going to go over to this mountain here and get some stone. And as we're walking towards the mountain, we're going to quickly just talk through these some. So if you look in the bottom corner of the screen, we have a health, which is the top bar. We have O2, second bar down. Power, which powers the suit. And H2, which powers our jetpack. Okay. We have meters per second running down the bottom, that little gauge there. Dampeners on if we were in a ship or something. Now, we would be, every time we stopped, the dampeners would kick in, the engine is pointing in the opposite direction, would kick in just enough to slow us down to 0. Alright, that is a really nice location. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and quickly start drilling here. Here we go. I just want to say something else as well. So we have this trigger, which is left. Then we have, and that will make a hole, but you won't get any resources. We have right trigger, which will make a hole and get resources. Now, while you're drilling with the right trigger, hold the X button down, and then you will collect the resources as you're getting them. You won't get all the resources you're collecting, but you will get a good chunk of them. And as you see that white bar on the top circle where my tools are located, that's your inventory. So the more that goes up, when it goes into red and it stops moving, you know your inventory is full. I'm going to go ahead and quickly turn on my light. So that's right bumper and the cross stick. Your light comes on. That's what we've dug so far. Look at all that little mineral. I'm going to go ahead and pick it up with the X button. Inventory full. So, you see how the red bar is now? Right, we're out. Okay. Let's go back down. Always like to run with the drill out, because if there is any resources nearby, like just under the ground, your drill will spot them. Like I said, we are going to go through this first section because we did cover this before. If you haven't seen that video, guys, I do highly recommend you go check it out. Chuck that in there. It's down. Now, using your triggers, your left and right trigger. So we have control panel, which highlights basically everything that's on your pod. We have production, which is how you're going to produce your gear or your items that you want to build the bigger structures. These are what you call your key components. Info, everything related to do with your pod. The PCU count, 1,214. The conveyors, 14. 5 thrusters. 4 lights. Before we get too much bogged down with all this information, there's things that you need to take into account. Right now, this pod in total is 1,214 PCU. PCU is the amount, in layman's terms, we would say the amount that you can have that costs the general game world. That's how much it's costing. Sorry, but that will go up, I guarantee you. Factions. Now, we haven't created a faction yet. We're not too bothered by that at the moment. We have the SPRT, Space Pirates. We have Space Spid, which are the Space Sliders there, the bad guys. And the rest are undiscovered. Trigger again. Comms. We have Global Chat History and Goodbot. And GPS. That's our respawn pod. Now, what I generally do is go to the respawn pod. And just put home base. And the reason I do that is because if, for instance, something happens to the game and then you have to restart again, you know, it'll show up on your thing quite comfortably. We'll get more into details about that stuff at a later date. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and chuck that in there. Now, right now you're looking at the inventory of your survival kit. I've dumped in 2.7k of stone, and I want to start producing some items to make the basic structure. So, because it's a survival kit and it's very basic, I'm gonna make so we have the A button is 1. Just 1. Now, right bumper and A is 100. Left bumper and A is 10. Yeah. That makes 10. Very nice. Alright. Right bumper and A is 100. I'm going to go ahead and cancel that for now. And we have left and right bumper and A is 1,000. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and let that run. I'm not really bothered about that because we'll be using all of them anyway. Thrusters on the side. We have an antenna. And we have an ore detector. Okay. Looking at our ship. If it's in the green, it means it's made a solid connection. This chair has an inventory, guys. Remember that. The chair has an inventory. You don't have to get into the chair, but you just have to look at it so it's highlighted in yellow. And that is your inventory to your passenger seat. Now, normally I would get all that out, but right now we're pretty much, we don't need to fight anywhere, so we're going to go ahead and leave that in there. And we have a GPS MEMN station. Now, why? I'm going to take it out. Go back in my inventory. I'm going to hit Y to read. Some conflict between two factions left a field of debris and salvage, are plucking up the fruits, looking for good deals to all work. Then this is the place to go. So that comes up with a GPS and a station number. So I'm going to go ahead and create GPS. Okay, then press X. Simple as that. So now if we go over to the GPS marker, we now have the MMM station there. Simple. I can highlight it, show it on the HUD, or always visible, so it'll be visible in the game world. Okay, so we've got those things to do, and I'm going to quickly run over here and get some more materials here. We seem to have a blue crack in the world. Oh, it's just disappeared. That's a good sign. Go up here. So like I said, I hope you guys, well, from the first video, it looked like you guys really enjoyed this video, which I'm quite chuffed about, to be honest. Can't see the previous hole. Not that I'm really bothered by it, to be honest. Ah, there it is. We go ahead and take this. This is pressing X, remember? So if you look at one, it says 72, 209, 328.
Inventory full.
My inventory's full. I'm gonna run back down again. Remember to like that, write that next to that little. Now, getting started, guys. If you are not a survivalist player, you know, if this is not your thing, be prepared, because as survivalist players will tell you, the grind is very real. Right. Chuck that in there. Alright, so that's still processing. Well, while we're waiting for that, I'm just going to come around here. We go to there. Open that inventory, stick that inside, and that side. So we got some stone. So, we know that stone is being made now. Yeah, alright. The thing about this game you guys also got to remember is the fact that sometimes you will land in the most amazing places. Sometimes you'll land on your side, and the question is whether or not the type of gamer that you're going to be. Are you going to be the type of gamer that complains and whinges and says, oh, let's just restart the entire game so we can land it into a more perfect place? Or are you going to do what survivalists do and survive? First thing I got to do is take care of this. I won't be needing this out. Get rid of that. Put that in the seat. Get rid of this one. Now, there's two ways to keep your energy up, basically. It's to sit in the chair. As you see, it says 74 on my energy bar. So we can sit on the bar, and that, you see, that takes my energy up. Or, come around here to there. Hold the X button down. That also brings my energy up. So first thing I do is I want to clear this out a bit. So grind it, switch to the grinder. Be careful, guys. When you are grinding, it is so easy to get past what you're grinding into the next thing along. So be careful when you grind, guys. Keeping an eye on the components required section of the thing. It will tell you how far it's got left before it's completely demolished. You see how easy it is just to go straight into that right there? I could go, whew. There you go. There you go. And you see that little red highline of a box? If you keep an eye out for a little box like that, that'll pretty much should tell you what's going on. Right. We're almost uncovered. You see that? Did you see what just happened there? This is the thing you gotta be so careful about. If you do find that your grinder stays on, turn away from your vehicle. Let's save anything getting damaged. Like the battery, I don't want to be damaged because that's the only power I have. And if your survival kit here goes no power, your respawn disappears. Right. We're getting it. Like I said, sorry guys if this is going to be a quick one, because on the first look we went through the basics and we got all the way up to the wind turbines. The difference between wind turbines and solar panel. If you haven't seen that one, by all means just check it out. Alright, so our survival kit is exposed now, which is nice. I like just the way I like it. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get a block. Now, we have these blocks will attach to something small and they will shrink back down to size, because this is referred as a small grid. Okay, so the small grid has small items, obviously. If I go to the block and I hold the left bumper down and the X button, it will change it back to a large grid. But as soon as you touch a small grid, it will shrink back down again. So what I'm going to try to do is get as close to this as possible. Boom. Alright, you see there crosshair is? I'm going to put the crosshair on the side of the next one. See, right now, it's not snapping. But if I put it right on the side of it, it snaps, you see? Boom. Okay. Come around this way. Boom. 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 Oh, that's looking nice. Right. Now, in order, like I said, I am going through this very quickly, just the initial part, and we will slow down once we get up to the wind turbine section. So, I'm going to go ahead and continue what we're doing. Right now, I am going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So I've run out of materials now. Okay. Still working away, which is nice. Production, I'm going to go over using the triggers again. I'm going to go to here, so it was steel. I'm going to go ahead and make 100 of those. As it started now, and we'll just leave that to it. Make 100. So what I want to do, the reason you're wondering in case I counted out 9 is because I've got one here. Alright, one tower here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And then another tower there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically what I'm going to try to do is get a gap between 8 tiles from each distance. I gotta say though, on a personal note, I just love the look of this. This looks beautiful. Absolutely. And look how the wind affects the shadow over there. You can hear the winds. It's really nice. Really, really nice. Right, there's 27 done there. I'll take those. Boom, 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 and boom, 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 and boom, and boom. So there's a 9 across. There's a 9 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's our 9. Right. That's the circumference of our basic base. We're just waiting for that to build now. Quite nice. Quite nice. I am not going to go ahead and fill these in to start with, guys. Just to let you know. I'm not going to do it. This is going to be a little bit longer video because I'm trying to catch up from the last video. Gotta grab this one. Right. Get all that covered in. Then we've got a 9x9 square. Now, if you're starting off a base for the first time, guys, keep it simple. Just to get comfortable with it, play the game, you know, understand the dynamics of the game. And remember, guys, because this is space engineers that think like an engineer. I mean, don't be building something that's heavier on one side than it is other side. Think about weight classes, how much of ship weigh compared to how much the thrusters are. All these things that you guys considered. But don't get me wrong, it's not all serious. The good thing about this game, guys, is the fact that if you're a builder or if you're the designer type, this is the perfect game for you guys. I can't address this enough. This is the absolute perfect game for you. Go ahead, like, give me some energy here. Right. I'm going to start stripping this down a bit here. God, that is loud, isn't it, eh? Right, Jesus. Right. One strip down at a time. Okay, come over here. So we now have a 9x9 structure. Our pod's sitting nice comfortably inside. Now we're going to go ahead and start working on the power. Now, power, that's the kicker. We have two types of power. We have the solar panel and we have the wind turbine. So solar panel, wind turbine. Solar panel, wind turbine. I'm changing the selection by using the A. Now if you look on the solar panel, it is a large grid and a small grid. But the wind turbine is only a large grid. In a large grid it must be. Now, we have fixed grids and a floating grid. Now if you see here, I have recessed this in the ground. Let me just show you here. So this is a fixed grid because it's in the ground. This, even though it's sitting on the ground, this is a floating grid. Okay? The difference is this cannot hold a wind turbine and this can. Right, so first thing we do, I'm going up. So we've already got one in the ground, so that's 2. Oh, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I've run out. Okay. Right, here we go. Alright, okay. So, I need more minerals. You know what I stuck with those? I put them in the chair. Take that stone out. Okay. We're going to go ahead and put this inside. Now it'll start producing again. What a day it has been, guys. I have been playing this game so much since the beta release. You guys let me know in the comments below. Tell me what you think of the game. Just say to me, whether you like the game, what you don't like the game. The more I hear about this game, the better. And I'll tell you what, this will be that game of choice on our channel here. Right. But while it's cooking up, I might as well get some more stone. Use my jetpack to speed things up a bit here. Did I go too far? Yeah, I did. There he is. Switch to. I always like to switch to the welder when I'm picking stone up because it's just easier to see. Pressing the X button. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and stick a little thing here because it's easier for me to see then. There's always a good little marker to where your tunnel is. Right. Remember, the spawn pod will also refill your H2O. Your first aid kit. First aid kit, starter kit, survival kit. There we go, we got there in the end. Gonna go ahead and go to the blocks. Now, the section about the, oh, it says armor. Now, if you press up and you press A, it will cycle through the different types. Now, this is limited to your own imagination. There are so many combinations to this, it's unbelievable. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and pick that one for a change. Just because I can push him down. I'm gonna do is rotate that. I can't put it down yet because I've got no. You know what I need, don't you? I need some of them. Right. Oh, we're gonna go ahead and put that there. That lets me run right up. Boom. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and speed. I'm gonna go ahead and not speed time up, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut here for a second, and we'll rejoin me after a lot of the stone is processed because it seems to be going ridiculously slow right now. So yeah, we'll see. Right, guys, I've appeared to I'm gonna need a lot more stone here to get this going. I'm gonna go ahead and drop some of this on the floor. Now, normally I wouldn't recommend you doing that, but cases may be, you know. As you can see, it's still there. It will see if I can finish this off now. So we've got one on the ground already, so that's 2 in front of us. 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Seven, 8. Try that wind turbine there. We decided to use wind turbine over solar panel. Why? If you watched the last episode, you know the answer to that question. Because wind works at night as well. So, with wind turbines, 24 hours a day, baby. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. Are we the same size? Yes, we are. Cool. Two, 3, 4,
Fuel low.
5, 6, 7,
Fuel
8.
critical.
Oh, my fuel almost ran out there on me. Gotta keep an eye on that. Okay. So we now have one more here to do. 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm out. Alright, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do is create 4 to start with. And hopefully that'll give us. Alright, let's go over here. And this is why I put the marker down, you see, because we can spot our mine straight away. Alright guys, so give me a second. I shall be not talking during the mine, as I said. Alright, let's go. And always guys, as always, from the very beginning, oh, thank you very much, world save. And as always guys, remember, keep an eye out for ice. Ice is your friend in the very beginning of this game. Powers your hydrogen pack. Right. Stand up. Right, we are going to be processing for a few seconds, so give me a minute. There's all the stone in for a little jaunt. We've still got 53 being made. So guys, if you played Space Engineers before, let me know. Because I would be really interested to tell me your opinion on these videos that I'm doing here. Remember, these videos are for Xbox only. So there might be, in fact, there most probably will be some changes to the PC version to the Xbox. Nice little base looking, hey? We'll get there. Nice and comfortable. Just take this. 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sure that's level, yeah. And yeah, okay. Now you don't have to do this, but I tend to. 1. Once you've got the pillars up, it's completely up to you how you do this. Then what we'll do, once that is done, we will progress from there. Well, 8 more is done. Take them. And back up again. Bump, 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 and bump.
Fuel low.
Fuel's low again. Holding the X button down. Giving my life as well, my power as well. So look, I'm all across the board, I'm 100. That is nice. Because this is our survival kit, this is our only means to process minerals and everything else. So you want to take care of it as much as you can. Okay. Let's go get some more minerals, right? Right, I'm gonna go in here. Run through the glen. Back to base. Not a bad little area, to be honest. I mean, I've landed in some worse areas. This ain't that bad. So, even though we did a first look yesterday, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and call this day 1 of Space Engineers. Alright? Welcome to a new world. Or, how about, it's a brand new world? Don't know, really, think about it. It's a whole new world. Yeah, let's not go down that road, yeah. Let's not go down that road. The last thing you want to do is hear me singing. Let's be honest. Jeebus. Right. Okay, that's going to produce. I am going to go ahead and go into a bit of a speed montage here. So, once that's all ready to go, we will be going from there. Okay, here we go. Right, there's our speed montage done. Now, I wish that game had loaded. We would have been so far ahead than what we are now. Gonna go ahead and take this 23 while that's working and work some more. Right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cover something quite you need to know. So if I go into here, you'll see there's some central areas here. What I want to do is I'm going to get my wind turbine here, and if you look at the bottom it says use X or Y to add remove from build planner. So what it's going to do, that means it's going to copy, when you press the X button, that will copy all the ingredients you need to make the wind turbine. So I press X, you see how it's added to the build planner. Now that's stuck in the build planner until it's completed. So I'm going to go over here, and over here, and this, you see these two central ones here? It says add components from build planner from the production to the production queue. So what it's going to do now, it's going to produce everything that I've made a copy from the build planner. So because I made a wind turbine build planner, it should now it'll want to make all the ingredients from the build planner. So I'm going to press A once and then go over to production. That's everything that the build planner needs to make a wind turbine. Remember though, it is still in your build planner. So we're going to go ahead and go get some more minerals. Actually, no we don't. Let me see what I got on my first. Ah, I see I still had some on me. Just drop that there. Nice looking base there. Nice looking base. We're getting there slowly. Now, a lot of people will worry about their angle of where they're building. I generally, if the land is not too much out of whack, I generally will go with the land. But that, like you said, that depends. That depends on what you're building and, you know, if this is your first time in the game or not. If it is the first time you're game, my guys, welcome to Space Engineers, by all means. So now I'm just looking at the production queue, and the production queue is still building everything I need for a wind turbine. Now I got to guarantee you that we do not have enough resources put back to make all those products. But I have been wrong before. But I'm not wrong. Okay, so we've still got 6 of them, 24 of them, and 30 of them. Construction components, girders, and is they internal plates? Are they interior plates? Sorry. Okay, so let's go get some more minerals. Running through the glen. Just adding more resources now. This is the time where you start thinking about what do I build next? What do I build next? Now, your survival kit is good as it is. I mean, we still got plenty of power, so I'm not really worried about that just yet. We are just about to get some power now. Go to production. Using our triggers to get, to navigate to the production queue. We are going to start maybe concentrate on maybe a refiner, an assembler, a refiner first, then the assembler. Put these in. What I want to do is not use this wall if I can help it. And I'll explain why in the next upcoming videos. I most really will use those walls, but I'm just trying to say. Production, we're working on the girders now. Now we are currently stood on a large fixed grid. So what that means, we can do the wind turbines. Because it's a large grid and it's fixed. Alright, just going to do the interior plates. Uh-oh, we're running low. Come on. Boom. Okay, so you see how everything's finished producing except for the ingots? That's everything we need for the wind turbine. So now, we could individually figure out, what if we're processing more than one thing, we could say, okay, that was it, that was it, that was it, but no. Luckily, space engineers come up with that, withdraw components for build planner, so that's going to withdraw only the components that will cost to make the wind turbine. So right there, see what is left in there? They didn't need them. So then you're just going to pick one of your columns. Go ahead.
Fuel
Wind
low.
turbine. Uh-oh, wind fuel's low. We're going to go back down right a second. That's another thing you guys need to keep an eye on.
Critical.
You must keep an eye on your fuel. Okay, there's my fuel again. Let's go back up and finish this wind turbine. Alright, welder out. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in for this one. And then I'm going to go ahead and zoom out because it was too noisy. See the components required bar? And boom. We now have our first wind turbine. That means this grid now is powered. Now this is a small grid within a large grid. This is not connected to this. So this power will still keep draining. Okay. So we now have to figure out what we're going to do now. Basic refinery and a basic assembler. So basic refinery, again, press X. It is now in the build planner. Come over here. Press X to enter there. Go over to the build planner. Add components from build planner. Press A. Go to production queue. That's everything it needs to make the refiner. And make the refiner first because you can use it later on to process it because you will not have to make the ingots. It can do it from rawness. So that means it's going to need more materials. I'll be back in a second, guys. Right, so we're up the little ramp. Let's drop our stone in. And it is taking nickel, silicone, and iron out of the stone. So, but we can find better resources. So you can find purely silicone, you can find purely iron, and you definitely can find purely nickel. So even though the components will come out of the stone, you're not going to get a lot of high in space, and we will be going over the space stuff later date. But for now, we're just going to cover the basics. I'm going to go over to production real quick. Still producing. Yep, it's still going to need more materials. Back a bit.
Inventory full.
I hope everybody is doing well in these crazy times. I really do. Go over to production, see what's still producing. As soon as we get this refiner up, we won't be depositing stuff into here. We will be depositing it into the refiner because it will refine twice as fast. It can hold twice as much, and we do not have to make these ingots. It will skip that section. It goes straight into making the components, which is really good. Just to give you a heads up, guys, there is a section here. It says basic tools and basic ingots and components. Now, if you switch to the tools, you can you can get new tools, and that will upgrade over time. So you'll get bigger and better tools. And there's your basic components. Right, we're going along, we're getting along. Right. This is actually turning out better than the last one. The first look episode that we did on Space Engineers was a very rudimentary view. This, what we're going to do in this starting, I'll say season 1 of Space Engineers, because we're going to go ahead and do quite a few of these. We're going to see how it goes. You know, follow the game, as it were. And we're going to go ahead and basically just do a walkthrough of the game per se, about the mechanics, how the game plays, and we'll go from there. So if you guys got any questions about the game, anything you need to know, and if I do not know, I will find out for you. I'm pretty good about picking things up, so like I said, if I don't know, I will look for it for you, and then hopefully I'll leave it in the comments down below so you guys can look into it. Okay? Alright, cool. Still being produced there. Come over here, see if there's anything over here. See if I can start it. Basic refiner. Oh, look, I can start it. Now, while that's still building, I'm going to go ahead and dump, breaking my first rule that I said before. Actually, pressing down on the stick, you see, it changes the angle, so I can, again, walk it that way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and rotate it that way. And put it like that. I know it sounds strange, but you'll see why. So I've got access to this side, and I've got access to this side. Okay. He's definitely coming along. Welder out. Is there anything I could produce? Oh, okay. Did a little bit of work. That's good. I'm going to go ahead and take the ingredients out now. I know it's not all of them, but you know. Just going to clear up some space so I can put more resources in there. Right. So building the basic refinery. Oh yeah. Now the rest of the stuff is no good, so not no good, but no good for now. Ooh.
Fuel low.
Almost missed that, did we? Hey, almost.
Fuel critical.
Okay, let's try that again. Boom.
Full.
Right. Let's go. Well, hopefully, now that the game is, you know, singing pretty. We'll do there. Boom. Bit more stone. Stand up. Got a real bad habit sometimes of just going around the entire map crouching down because I was crouching down in the cave. That's the last thing you want, you know what I mean? Boop. Gonna get some minerals. Cheers, guys. And if anybody ever tells you that YouTubing is easy, like this game, the grind is very real. I would like to just give a big shout out to Jacksepticeye. Thank you very much for them kind words, mate. I appreciate it. I know you don't know me. I'm just a small, tiny little YouTuber. I left a comment for you once, mate. Yeah, you said some really nice things, so I appreciate it. Hopefully we'll get this done. I'm going to go ahead and do, and I will stick maybe a cargo pod here. Yeah. Yeah, beautiful world. Okay. Righty. Come on. And we're fully in. Okay. Let's just hope that's enough to get the production finished. Because this is starting to chomp. Well, we'll wait for that. Let's just go over a few things. Now, in the inventory section, you have the grinder, the hand drill, and the welder. You can upgrade these guys, by the way. Okay? You can upgrade them. I've got a 10,000 space credits for some reason. I have no idea how that happened. But if it's one of the developers, thank you. Alright. Creative blocks inflow. You built 301 out of 100,000 blocks. You built 0 out of 25 warheads. Static grid 653. 1 block, 2 PCU. Assign author. How do I do that? I don't know. So, by the way, guys, we will be learning this together. Just going to give you the basics for now of what it took for me to get started. We go there and do this again. Welder out. Here we go. Boom. We now have one basic refiner. Look at that beautiful thing. I like that little high voltage sticker. That's quite a nice little touch. To the developers, I like the little touches you put in here. It's quite nice. So I can access this now, both sides. So we've got our basic refiner down. I'm going to go ahead and clear this now. Alright, let's have a quick look at something. See this little pad here next to the, not that refiner, but you see the little pad? I'm going to go ahead and click into it. Now, so far we have one wind turbine and a basic refiner. Max required input 330. Max output 393. So logically, you know, once you have something else besides this, that's not going to work. Okay? Anyway, we're going to go ahead and leave it here.
Energy low.
Oh, look at that, energy low, typical. Get our light up. Right, that should basically bring us up to roughly the same space we were at last time. Okay, except for -1 wind turbine. But ooh, look at that, that's quite smart. We're going to go ahead and call it here. Alright, okay guys. And guys, see you later. Stay awesome. Alright guys, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Right, guys, as always, I am found on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch and Instagram. Guys, don't forget to check me out. And guys, if you want to see more content like this, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. See you guys later. Bye.